Here's a starting point. Around February, I started this thing called a sonic journal. Um, and the inspiration was hearing about Brian Eno's way of cataloguing pieces of music. So he will start little experiments with no idea where they're going to go and then have them catalogued like this so he can go back to them. Now, this is a much, much simpler version. So all these were things, they're just little experiments. I would spend an hour playing around with a different instrument, a different VST, and then when I'd had enough for the evening, I would do a mix of it. So for example, on the 14th of March, I did one called Twinkles. And so that I could have an idea what it was, I've just created a text file beside it. So it started by loading fiddle riff into Paul Stretch, that's a VST. Don't know why it wouldn't work yesterday. Added Twinkles in A minor from Bloom and added Valhalla, which is a delay. And then I can play it and it'll probably sound awful. So that's one. Here's another one. It says 2 chord sequences in A harmonic minor with comments from Bloom piano. I was playing a lot with this VST called Bloom at the time. Bringing in bass and strings, and then, wow, the rhythm starts at 1 minute 50. So let's hear what this was. And later on it gets to now this one I think I did actually develop into a prototype song, but this is the starting point, and today I'm working with one of these experiments that I made. So here's an experiment that I started in April. It's quite good to approach it again now because I have no memory of making it or why I made choices or whatever. It's just an interesting thing that I've discovered. So it starts with some fairly abstract loops. So these are created in Bloom, which uses a visual pattern to send MIDI signals to another track, which is using an instrument from Crow Hill called Guitar Hive, and it has various kind of guitar-like arpeggios and so on. So in a sense, a lot of what's in Guitar Hive has a bit of randomness, and then I'm using Bloom to send 2 different patterns to it at the same time, just to see what would happen. And I was quite pleased with the patterns that emerged from it. A lot of the stuff that I'd done with Bloom before, it didn't have any rhythm. It was just kind of ambient, floaty stuff. So I wanted to see what would happen if you get it to do something rhythmic. So that was that. So then I added a couple of drum loops and a bass. I think on the evening I did this, I was probably too lazy to get my actual bass and plug it in, so I used a MIDI bass just to start the experiment, and added some more different synths below it. So when I came back to it today, this is what I found. There seems to be quite a lot going on here, and there's another loop coming in now. So although the original Bloom loop doesn't seem to be exactly on the beat, when I've got these other ones on the beat, it doesn't matter too much. So at some point I'll probably replace this bass with real bass. But for now, I'm going to try and do something else.